If you could choose any villain as your mentor, who would it be? Not to destroy the world, but to understand it, because villains don't just break rules, they rewrite them. They see through illusions of justice, morality, and power. They don't wait for permission. They take what they believe they deserve. And somewhere deep down, a part of you might wish you could do the same. So tonight, we step into the darkness, not to fear it, but to learn from it. 10 mentors of evil, 10 philosophies of power. But stay until the end, because we've saved one final villain, a name never spoken before on this channel, a figure born to command darkness itself, the one who rules them all. Gus Fring doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't need to. He mentors through precision, showing that power isn't about domination, but discipline. His lesson: control your world so completely that chaos becomes afraid of you. He teaches you that every detail matters: your image, your timing, your silence. He'd show you that emotion is a luxury, one that weak men indulge. But Gus's mentorship has a price. He trains perfection until it becomes a cage. One mistake, and he'll remind you what happens to those who disappoint him. Under Gus, you wouldn't just learn to lead. You'd learn to hide your humanity behind a smile. Imagine a mentor who never doubts, never fears, never hesitates. That's the Terminator. His teaching is brutal efficiency. Remove weakness, remove distraction, complete the mission. He'd tell you, emotion is irrelevant, hesitation kills, purpose is all that matters. Under him, you'd train your mind like a weapon. You'd stop asking, "Can I?" and start saying, "I will." But the lesson cuts deep, because the more efficient you become, the less human you remain. He'd turn you into the perfect executor, but not a person anymore. Walter White teaches that power begins the moment you stop accepting your limits. He'd show you how intelligence can be a form of rebellion, how quiet people can become gods once they embrace their potential. Walter's mentorship is intoxicating. He'd make you feel capable, unstoppable, justified. He'd whisper, "You deserve this. You've earned this." And he'd be right, until you start believing it too much. Under Walter, you'd rise with brilliance and fall with pride, because his real lesson isn't about transformation. It's about corruption disguised as empowerment. He'd teach you how to change the world and forget why you wanted to in the first place. Magneto is the mentor of the broken, the teacher of those who've been hunted, silenced, or erased. He'd tell you, never beg for peace from those who profit from your pain. Magneto's lessons are forged in tragedy. He'd teach you to turn your suffering into strength, to lead not with mercy but with purpose. He'd remind you that revolution always starts with anger, but must end with vision. But Magneto's greatest flaw becomes his gift and curse. He can't stop fighting, even when he wins. He'd teach you to fight for justice, but he might convince you that vengeance is justice. Maleficent's mentorship begins with heartbreak. She teaches the art of turning pain into power. She'd whisper, "They will mock your pain," until they fear it. She'd show you how to own your story, how to make beauty a weapon, and how to curse the systems that once betrayed you. But her lessons come with loneliness, because when you become the storm, few will ever dare stand beside you. Maleficent would teach you transformation, but she'd forget to teach you how to heal. Fiona Goode is the mentor of glamour, power wrapped in silk, cruelty hidden behind charm. She'd teach you control through illusion. Never age where they can see it. Never love without leverage. and never let them replace you. Her mentorship is seductive and intoxicating. She'd make you feel untouchable. But she'd also teach you fear of fading, of being forgotten. Under Fiona, you'd learn how to make the world worship you. But you'd also learn that immortality is just a beautiful way to die slowly. Hannibal Lecter would be your mentor in refinement. He'd teach you art, taste, discipline, how every detail, every gesture, every word can be a weapon. He'd teach restraint. He'd teach patience. And he'd teach you that true control isn't about killing quickly. It's about savoring the moment. But Lecter's elegance hides appetite. His mentorship would transform you from student into delicacy. He doesn't shape minds. He devours them.
Darth Vader would teach you control over emotion, fear, and destiny. He'd teach you how to turn pain into focus, how to channel rage into purpose, how to command loyalty through sheer presence. But Vader's mentorship is a warning written in steel and scar tissue. He'd show you the cost of suppressing what makes you human. He'd make you unstoppable, but empty. A conqueror haunted by the ghost of who you used to be. Gollum's mentorship is madness, the study of obsession. He'd teach you that desire, when unchecked, becomes identity. That wanting something too much makes it own you. He'd warn you without words that ambition, left to rot, devours the soul that created it. He doesn't teach success. He teaches what happens when you can't let go. Lorne Malvo would unteach morality. He'd show you that the world isn't divided by good and evil, only by those who act and those who don't. He'd whisper, "Do what must be done." Let the weak moralize while the strong evolve. Under him you'd feel invincible, freed from guilt, untethered by conscience. But freedom without empathy is a form of hell. And Malvo doesn't free you. He empties you. And now, a final villain, one more powerful than all the rest, because he was born to rule. Then, there's Damian, the one born to lead, not by choice, but by fate. He doesn't teach rage, chaos, or vengeance. He teaches inevitability. Damian would show you how to command through calm, to manipulate through grace, and to make the world kneel without lifting a finger. His lesson? Power isn't taken, it's recognized. He'd remind you that true control comes not from force, but from certainty. And the world bends to those who never question their right to rule. But following Damian means surrendering your will to destiny itself. Because in his world, choice is an illusion, and you were always meant to obey. He doesn't teach rebellion. He teaches destiny, and destiny never lets you leave. So, who would you choose? Gus Fring, the strategist of control. The Terminator, the machine of discipline. Walter White, the mind that refused to stay small. Magneto, the visionary forged in pain. Maleficent, the queen of transformation. Fiona Goode, the witch who defied time. Hannibal Lecter, the intellect of appetite. Darth Vader, the fallen soldier of control. Gollum, the ghost of obsession. Lorne Malvo, the philosopher of chaos.
Damian, the master of all. Each one mirrors a part of you: control, vengeance, brilliance, beauty, chaos, or fear. The real question isn't which villain you'd choose as your mentor. It's which one you've already started to become. Ready for more? The next chapter of Villainology awaits. And trust me, it only gets darker.